Gang, I've been talking about True Hemp Science full spectrum CBD oils and how they've reduced my anxiety and helped me get better sleep for the last few months. I've also talked about the full spectrum CBD balms that relieved my hand pain and made playing guitar and piano much easier. Well, today, gang, I'm going to tell you about True Hemp Science organic gummies made with full spectrum hemp oil. These delicious organic vegan gummies contain 50 milligrams of CBD and 1.5 milligrams of THC per serving. I had the black cherry flavor and they are totally delicious. As I said, gang, I got great sleep. I felt totally relaxed. These things are absolutely fantastic. Get over to truehempscience.com and order yours today and start feeling more relaxed and sleeping better today. Now, gang, How Did I Get Here is partnered with True Hemp Science to bring you a very special gift. Use code HDIGH at checkout, and with your purchase of $65 or over, get 296 milligrams of the number 81 distillate oil, which is great for rest and relaxation and sleep. Well, I told you about this one from the very beginning. That's right, gang. Go to truehempscience.com/HDIGH. Order some of these gummies. Get it going. Also, if you live in Austin, you can find them at their brick and mortar store in Austin at the corner of South First and Mary, right by the Soup Peddler. That's truehempscience.com. Get in there. Get more relaxed. Feel better. Get better sleep with True Hemp Science. Let's get down.
And you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here?
It's time for How Did I Get Here? And now here is your host,
All right, hello, I'm Johnny. I'm your host. Welcome to the show. I hope you guys have all had a good weekend, or maybe you're still enjoying your weekend because it is Independence Day and most people have this day off. But normally I would come on here and be like, hey, happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day. But kind of the way America's acted for the last, at least what's been going on for the last few weeks, I'm kind of like, hey, you know what? We're going to cancel you. It's like if it was my kid, if like America was my kid and this last couple of weeks, I'd be like, hey, you know, I did have a big party planned for you and everyone had the day off. But I think in light of the way you've been acting, I think it's time to take maybe let's take your birthday to reflect and think about your actions and what you've done, as opposed to shooting off a bunch of fucking fireworks and having a celebration and pretending everything's great. Because it's not. It's not fucking great. I'm back in my apartment. I'm back. I came back from Houston on Saturday. I'm doing this on Sunday, the day before Independence Day. And me and Rosie are back. Rosie's bummed. She was there for 2 weeks, had a backyard, other dogs to play with 24/7, and is not quite as stoked to be home this time. But we had a really great walk today. And if it wasn't like 105 degrees, I'd take her for another walk today. We went for a little walk around the apartments, but we had to kind of stay in the shade. Anyway, that's what's going on over here. I'm dropping 3 shows this week. That's right. That's why this show's coming out on Monday. Got 3 shows this week. Got a great show for you guys today. My old friend Scott Collins is here. He just dropped a brand new single and video on Friday, July 1st, for his song Be All Right on Mr. Pink Records. I'll tell you more about that in just a second. Wednesday, I've got a hip-hop artist, soul artist, alternative rock artist, Jake Lloyd. Amazing artist. Fantastic conversation too. He's here on Wednesday. And then on Friday, I talked to an East Coast band. They're kind of scattered now. I think they were at once a Boston band called A Fragile Tomorrow. Great band and great conversation with great conversations all around. Anyway, I hope you guys all had a good weekend. I hope you're enjoying this 4th of July, and I hope you're taking the time. Yeah, don't celebrate it. You know what I mean? Let's cancel the birthday this year. No fireworks. Let's go back. Let's think about what's going on. Maybe enjoy your day off on the lake, at the ocean, by a pool with some barbecuing friends, whatever the hell it is you're doing. I hope you're enjoying it. Gang, as I said, I have a great show for you today. My dear friend, one of my close friends and dude I hang out with, Scott Collins, is on the show today. And he came over like a month ago on like a Sunday. I just come back from Houston and I played a gig, and he came over on the Sunday after I played, and we just kind of got high and shot the shit. And so that's what our podcast is. He's got a brand new single and video out that came out on Friday called Be All Right on Mr. Pink Records. He's got a whole EP's worth of music coming. It's all coming down the pike. You're gonna be blown away. Scott's songwriting is fantastic. He's a great singer. He worked with Frenchie Smith and Einar Pedersen over at the Bubble, which we talk about has since he recorded this has moved to his house where he lives. So the Bubble is in his house. Anyway, they did a great job with this stuff. They've been sitting on it for a while, not knowing exactly when to release it. But Scott ended up making a great video for Be All Right, and the song sounds great. And you can find him at scottcollinsproject.com. I'm sure he's going to be playing some shows with his band around. He's always playing solo somewhere, doing something. And so without further ado, please enjoy my conversation with my dear friend, Scott Collins. Let's get down.
Tell me you're on the way to be free. Let everything fall as it may to the core of your being.
Yeah, so this is my first one since April. I knew just so people know, this isn't coming out until July, but we're doing this on like June 12th. Is that right?
Definitely whatever day today is, yeah.
You like the light off or the light on?
Oh, anything. This is great. I like the light. I feel really awake now.
Can I ask you a weird question as a love maker? Do you
Yeah.
like the lights on or do you like the lights off?
Well, as a person that's on a almost 4-year hiatus, I don't know yet.
That's right.
I'm
That's
going to be
pretty-
coming back to the world.
Yeah. I should open with that stuff with everyone.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
Eric
when's the last
Johnson
time you
would have
had
done that. No, not like, are you a lights on or lights off guy?
That's
Or no?
actually a funny question.
It's a lot-
Like
there-
Colbert does the questionnaire. He has this thing, Colbert questionnaire, where it's like he brings famous people on, asks them a series of questions, like, now you are seen.
Yeah.
You can start with that. Hey, are you a lights on or lights off lover?
It's funny when you have, like, I've been doing these ones mostly on Zoom, but like with people I've never met before. So there is like I can never say that to them because they don't know where I'm coming from at all.
Yeah.
I need to just go back to straight up in person, huh? Because it
Yeah.
sucks on Zoom, man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, no, Zoom works.
It works and
But-
it's super convenient, but the connection isn't there.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
like this light. I'm gonna turn the light off.
Sure.
Have you ever been to Amsterdam?
Yes.
You know how like when you walk into one of those places, like a coffee shop, that's what it smells like in here.
A word?
It smells like
An Amsterdam coffee shop? Yeah, in
we got it
Amsterdam.
all Amsterdam-y in here.
I went to Amsterdam and got so high. I was younger, but I got so stoned that I went to do the Heineken ride, the Heineken factory there or whatever. They have this ride at the Heineken thing. And,
like
and I
a,
couldn't
like a
do
train
it.
or something that takes you through the whole thing.
No, there's like you
buggy?
go in, there's a screen in front of you and these like rows of seats with bars. Well, no seats, but like this platform you stand on and it moves up and down and it rotates like you're like VR kind of like you're on a ride. But
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
so
yeah.
stoned
Yeah.
that I couldn't do it. So I was standing next to some stranger and the whole time I had to put a foot on the ground and a foot on the thing that moved and went like really low and just had to like I was just riding it like I was gonna die and hanging on for dear life and he's just standing there just oh tourist.
Insane.
Yeah, it was terrifying at the moment, but so worth the comedic value and
Yeah,
time.
yeah. I spent a week there once, man. It was too much.
A week?
Yeah, it was too much, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was uncool.
Was it tour stuff?
No, it wasn't tour stuff. It was like family stuff. I did play at a hostel.
That makes sense.
I was there. I used to be married, and my ex-wife and I went. We actually went with, remember Sean Crooks, my godson.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, him and his parents. We all went. A European vacation.
That's awesome.
That was great. Like 2 weeks.
Oh, I wish that was filmed.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Oh,
Me
cool.
too.
Beautiful memory, man.
Beautiful memory. Scott, let's talk real quick because I don't want us to get past this because I know that we haven't seen each other in a while.
Yeah.
And we're good friends for those listening. that
Very
don't know.
much good friends.
You have a new single and video that are dropping on July 1st. Be All Right.
Yep.
Now this single is from an upcoming EP. When does the EP come out? That was a question I had in my
Yeah,
mind.
so the single's coming out July 1st.
Right.
So then we're going to shoot for another single August, that first Friday. Then September, that first Friday. And then October, the record will come out.
Okay.
And I want to do it at Continental Club.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Are you doing a show for this on July 1st?
Yes.
Where are you doing that?
Yeah, Treaty Oak Distillery in Dripping Springs
Okay.
from 6 to 7:30. I had it on the books, and it just worked out too well to be like, oh, I've got
Full
a new
band?
band. Yeah, new full band. We're dropping this EP with a label, my first label, Jonas
Pink
Wilson,
Records,
Mr.
yeah.
Pink Records.
Jonas Wilson.
Yeah, and the full band show at Treaty Oak just worked out. It's like, man, we because I'll get into it later or whenever, but we've been sitting on this EP for 2 years.
For a long fucking time, man.
And really, what we wanted to do everything right and not rush a damn thing.
You made this at the beginning of... Oh, so much has changed, man.
Probably 2020, because I recorded Headed North.
Yeah.
At the
And then the
beginning
studio
of
like just
COVID.
moved into your house.
Huh? Yeah, and
And
then
then
the studio
moved into your house like last year. It hasn't even been a year yet.
That's another. Yeah, that's another thing. The bubble, where I would always record. I had a studio, and then Frenchie. Yeah, and people would always ask me like, why don't you record at your own studio? And it's like, man, I got a thing with Frenchie and Einar at the bubble that works. Like, so
Yeah.
I would go there, and then Frenchie moved into the studio in my house.
Let's talk about that because it's the three of you guys on this record, nobody else, right?
Yes, both. It was just Headed North, the 2020 EP that led to Mr. Pink Records saying, do another one, and I'll put that out. So we went back into the studio after releasing Headed North, and I did that campaign and immediately recorded in the Burgundy.
I like that song. You know what it reminds me of? I finally kind of latched on to like a thing because I know that you come from so many different musical places.
Yeah.
But as your friend, when you get in your car, it's nothing that I hear when it comes out of the speakers. When I'm listening to a Scott Collins song, I don't hear you're basically usually listening to gangster rap in your car.
Yeah.
That's basically your jam. And they're guys I've never heard of, and you tell me who they are. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa, it's heavy.
Yeah.
It's
Nipsey
heavy.
Hussle,
It's heavy shit.
Kendrick Lamar.
I mean, I know Kendrick Lamar and Nipsey Hussle, but there were others. There was a guy. One time we drove to Dallas.
Oh, yeah. Denzel Curry, probably.
I can't remember his
Anywho,
name.
but yeah, luckily now, so in the Burgundy
Wait.
is an old song.
This is
that I
what I'm.
wrote.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Okay, 'cause
very
that
old.
song reminds me of. It sounds. It has a Green Day, like it feels informed by Green Day.
Yeah.
Not like it's a ripoff, but you're like, oh man, there you go. There's a something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Back then, I was listening to a ton of. I really liked post-punk, emo, screamo, hardcore, into indie. And when that song, it's based on a real trip to L.A. I wrote it off a trip to Los Angeles to go see a girl, just a friend of mine who is an actress. Also kind of a girlfriend. Anyway, I just bought a ticket, randomly went to L.A.
Is she famous?
No.
Okay.
She's working as an actor.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
she was a working actress.
Let me ask you this, just off the thing. Say you're dating someone and they're an actor or an actress, whatever they are, and they do a hemorrhoid commercial, but it's like a huge hemorrhoid, and everybody sees it.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, man, thanks for." So, like that's what she's famous for. Do you stay with her?
Oh God, yeah. Works.
Okay.
And I mean, so there's a plaque psoriasis commercial.
I love you.
There's a
You're
that
so
I
show business. You're like works. She's still my girlfriend.
She's still a human. She's a she didn't she isn't one of those like, and not only am I a supporter, I'm a user of hemorrhoid medication. Which would be okay,
I
because
just saw
get
that
it.
in a
Hemorrhoids
show I was watching.
suck.
I was just watching it in a. I saw that scenario happen in a show I was watching, and it made me think like, I wonder how I would react because I
Yeah.
can be shallow.
Yeah. So they come home, and you see it on TV, and you're just like,
Oh yeah, this is not. I don't want to be with the
you're
hemorrhage shit.
really convincing. You're a really good actor. I think we need to break. Just kidding.
So back to the screamo and post-punk stuff. There's something that informs your melodies that that has that feeling that those do. I know.
I'm sorry. There's a dog humping
my dog just got her bed in between me and Scott and started humping it.
As Tony Baker, comedian on Instagram says, just getting in some pumps.
I should actually put that, like, that would help me on TikTok, wouldn't it? I just got on TikTok.
Hey, good
today.
for you. Way to go.
Are you on there?
I am.
But you don't do anything on there, do you?
Sometimes
do
I'll
you do?
remember. I just post like to promote stuff.
Have you done the thing where your dog Reggie sings?
I think I have.
That?
Yeah. A lot of my dog Reggie stuff is on TikTok.
Okay, because it seems like that would get a lot of hits.
Yeah, actually, the thing I did on TikTok I don't know what big hits are for TikTok compared to, because it's so big. Like Instagram, I'll get whatever, so many likes,
Rosie.
but then for, oh, sorry, dog kisses.
Down.
But for TikTok, I post a thing with Reggie singing, and it's like 1,100.
Oh, okay.
Which is like,
that good?
I don't know.
That's not viral.
It just seems so, no. But it just seems like so many.
Dude, she is out of control in love with you.
I know.
You can hear her breathing. I just humped the pillow. Now I want to hump you. All right, Rosie. You're a good girl. Okay, so let's go back to this, because to me, a lot of your melodies,
especially the earlier stuff.
yeah, they feel like they have that sort of quality that those melodies did. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're
absolutely.
very anthemic melodies.
Right.
Like,
I started out listening to, hold on.
Jesus.
There's a snack bar in here, so she's probably going for the snack bar. Yeah, like, so Green Day Dookie was one of my first albums. Rage Against the Machine, all these things were some of my first things that I listened to, along with hip hop and rap growing up.
So you were talking about hip hop.
Oh, yeah. So some of my first records, I said, were like Green Day and Rage Against the Machine. And I was also listening to hip hop, but it was always that mix growing up. So born in Chicago, raised in Austin. I loved rock and rap, but coming to Austin, it was all country. Like the school, they were like, you have to listen to country. They forced it on you. It was stupid. So now, later, those influences are showing up, especially in my earliest music. So on this EP, there are 5 songs, 4 of which I wrote in probably 2011, anywhere between 2009 and 2012. And so they're over 10 years old. In the Burgundy, Be All Right, even that whole riff scenario.
They're great songs, man.
Thanks, man.
All of them are great songs.
So they come from, like you were saying, that earlier influence.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no one's going to be able to hear those songs until they actually come out. So
Yeah.
I love her favorite song. What a beautiful song. The Reggie song. Reggie
Dude, thank you.
song. But let's talk about Be All Right. So you wrote that a while back?
I wrote that, probably around 2011, 2012. Yeah.
And Einar played drums on that and bass?
On In the Burgundy, the entire EP, Einar played drums, bass, electric guitar, and backing vocals.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's
and I
awesome.
did acoustic. On Headed North, he did that also. Frenchie played more guitar, and he did some acoustic on One Sick Man. And Frenchie did God, I love the solo on Reggie on this EP, fuzzed out thing.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it was just us 3. Yeah. Just all in there, just for the songs. No ego. But no, for the songs.
This video is great too, by the way.
Thanks,
for
man.
Be All Right.
Yeah,
Who
that
did
worked
that?
out.
Who's the guy that did that?
Oh, gosh. I'm so glad that worked out. Timothy Colburris. He plays with Katie Rain. Goons.
What does he play?
Guitar. He's a guitar player for Katie Rain, and he has a band called Goons. He also did all of my animated lyric videos for the 2020 Headed North EP. And so we needed a video. I shot 2 live videos. It's a long story. I can't talk about it. But I hit him up. I ran into him at the award show, the Austin Music Awards at Emos. And I was like, bro, oh my God, would you help me do a music video? Are you available? And he was. It was magic. He worked out.
Yeah, it's a great video.
We had a similar idea. Yeah, his uncle has this amazing space in Blanco, and it's a giant workshop with model airplanes, basically anything you can imagine in a workshop. If people know, what workshops. And I wouldn't have. I'm a person who would have been like, I don't know, man, paint a better picture. But it was dope. It was awesome. Knocked it out. I mean, I was there and back in 5 hours. Next day, had the first cut.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, great video, man.
Thanks. It was fun.
Are you going to be making more videos for these?
Yes.
As you release
I'll be doing,
Okay.
we have to get another video done by the August release.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So July 1st, this song will be out by the time this comes out. So just go to the places where you
go
find
listen
Scott
right
Collins
now.
stuff.
Yeah. Now at this point,
Watch the video.
I've just played with my full band at Treaty Oak Distillery from 6 to 7:30 on July 1st. The video is released in many different ways. Actually, I'll tell you. No, you would have already had to watch it. Well, it's going to air on Fox 7 in the morning on July 1st, and
you will have seen it.
we have a premiere set up. And so a premiere, Fox 7's going to air it. There's other stuff that might happen.
But it will have already happened by the time this comes out.
Yeah,
So
I know.
sorry. That's what happens. That's why I don't get high and do these things. But I thought with us it would be fun, except I've ruined everything.
What do you mean?
I was asking like, hey, do you have a show? Like you're going to play it, but of course you're doing Treaty Oak. But it's already
This is
happened.
after. Well, still, people get that awesome hype. We get
I'm
to
gonna leave this in, by the way, just so people know. Yeah.
that,
Hey, look.
that they can't go to.
But people can find you around. You play a lot of solo shows. You make the rounds.
Yeah, by
And-
the time this
and-
comes out, I'll probably have other shows. I mean, I know I'm playing August 5th.
And you still use the ScottCollinsProject.com or .weebly.com?
Yeah, or
Is it
just
just
.com.
.com?
Yeah,
Okay.
if you do Scott Collins Project on Google, my website will come up, or just Scott
I did
Collins
Scott Collins Austin.
on
Yeah,
Google.
that's what I did.
And you get
Yeah, that's
you
how I
get a
found it.
slamming salmon amount of Scott Collins.
So, do you have plans to record more? I mean, are you like?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep-
Is this going to be like a steady recording and release thing? Is that what's going on?
That's my goal. Is I want to get into the machine again or in it. So record, label release, tour, record.
Jonas is
repeat.
out there right now. He plays with Heartless Bastards,
I know.
and they're opening for Flaming Lips.
And
Every day.
yeah, Flaming
And
Lips,
Jason Isbell. They're living the fucking dream, dude.
Yeah, 100%. I forgot who else they were open for that I was like, oh my gosh. So Jonas Wilson of Mr. Pink Records, he was the one who, after Headed North came out, I did all the PR myself. I usually had worked with Pennyloaf for PR, Rob, but he now works for 10 Adams, who manages like the Black Pumas and Japanese Breakfast. So I did my own PR, and it went really well.
Oh,
and
really?
Jonas,
He's not doing the Penny Loafer anymore?
he is, but he's just
He's swamped with
heavy
other stuff.
focused.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
Darkbird is like kind of the only band he can fully focus on right now. But yeah, so Jonas was like, man, I love it, but you already put it out. Do another one. I'll put that out. And boom. That's why we got right back into the studio. And I'm still knocking out a lot of my old songs. Like,
What do you mean, recording them?
yeah, like bringing them, to life, putting them out there in the world. Like I said, 4 of these are 10, 11, 12 years old, and I haven't put them on a record yet. So
Oh.
just finally getting them out. Reggie was the only one I wrote during quarantine. That's new.
Really?
And it was originally called Marijuana.
Yes. Because there's a lot of marijuana references in there.
Well, at least one.
There we go. That had that's a power saver. That would have turned off and done the whole thing. You know who fixed that for me?
Who?
Robin Mordecai. You know that guy?
Yeah.
Our podcast, like the power went out at the very end of it and erased it.
Oh, the whole
And
thing.
so that thing was flashing. I was like, why is it flashing? And I was like, oh, because it's turned off. It gives you 10 minutes of extra power when the
Wow.
power goes out, so you can save everything.
Wow.
I know. Isn't that amazing? Okay, sorry. This podcast is lost. This is my first podcast in like over a month in person.
I somehow feel like it's going great.
My dog's back to humping her bed.
Yeah.
She's living the dream. So the band, tell me a little bit about the band. Because this is
Yep.
a whole new band for you.
Yep.
Because you've been working with those other guys, great dudes and everything, and Lindsay and everyone.
Yeah.
And now you're stripping it down. You're getting more like studio cats that are.
Totally. Yeah, I had a solid string of shows, and I really, really wanted to play Mohawk outside. I hadn't played Mohawk outside yet. That was a bucket list stage. So booked some amazing shows. Cheer Up Charlie's main stage, Mohawk outside, Hot Summer Nights, all this great stuff. And they were playing with me for a while. So we did this run. And then with the EP coming out and everything, I wanted to put a new band together and work with the label. I can't, there's a balance of how much I've been doing DIY to where now I definitely want to listen to the people that are helping me. And the only way I could work with them is if I work with them, meaning get a new band.
So how did you find these guys?
Devin North,
Great
bass
dude.
player.
I love that dude.
Yeah, he was playing with Ariel, who was working with Frenchie. And
Ariel, who's Eric Johnson's girlfriend?
I don't know, but I
think
do
she
know
is.
Ariel. I don't know.
I think that's the story.
Okay. Cool.
Eric Johnson's cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really?
I don't know.
Do you even know who he is?
Yeah, I know the name.
Okay.
I don't know him personally, but obviously, guitar god.
Guitar god.
And she's a guitar goddess.
She is, right?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder what that's like at their house.
Probably a lot of Netflix. No, I bet there's a studio, gear constantly.
No. There is a studio. I just had him on the show, and we did it. Eric Johnson.
Eric?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, he was just on.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks
you
for
told
listening to
me
my
that.
show, bro.
Of course. Yeah, I do. I know. Oh, yeah, the things.
So when I did it with him, he was in it's a fancy studio with like a glass and everything. Like a separate
I didn't know you
room
did it
and
with him
everything.
there.
No, I didn't. It was on Zoom. I was in my grandma's backyard.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not confused anymore. I get confused easily,
Me
but
too, man.
but it's good to hash things out.
It is
with
good to have
friends.
Okay, so Ariel, so she's recording there, and Devin plays with her.
Yeah, she was, and so Devin, yeah, and he plays with a bunch of people, and Devin approached me and was like, "Hey, man, send me your tracks. I would love to play with you." And he also is amazing at putting a group together. It's kind of what he does right now. And so, yeah, I went to him. I was like, yeah, man, I'll send you the songs. Definitely sent him the songs. He's like, I love it. I'd love to play with you. I've got a group right now, 3-piece, that we play together.
Right.
We rehearse every Friday already.
Right.
Like, we're tight. So let's try that out. First rehearsal was just amazing. I mean, it's been a long time since... And no shade, but it's just been a very long time since I've walked into a room and had 3 other musicians say 1, 2, 3, 4 and play the song.
Right.
First rehearsal.
It's hard to do that, but you know what?
We worked through the song.
Sure.
But
right.
they like
But
the
you-
drummer
yeah,
know all the
yeah,
intricate fills.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah, Cole Kenning is on drums.
Okay.
Who played in the Cuckoos. He's got a band Dodo. Yeah.
Sounds like he has like a one focused band name thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that's funny. Cuckoos, Dodo, both birds. That's funny. Cuckoos was Kenneth,
Yeah.
Kenneth.
I love the Cuckoos, man.
And then, Anthony Bassini on drums and Devin North on bass and me on acoustic with an OCD overdrive pedal.
Oh, yeah? Are you playing through an amp?
I'm playing through an amp, acoustic through an amp,
yeah.
with an overdrive pedal and a band and
know-
a microphone. It's going to be so much
You know
fun.
who was doing that when I first saw them, like in the mid '90s or whatever? Yeah, in the mid '90s.
Cream?
Britt Daniel.
Oh,
from
Britt
Spoon.
Daniel.
Yes, much like Cream.
Oh, yeah, that was a bad joke. But Britt Daniel,
He was playing.
so I'm on
he
the
was
right
playing
path.
acoustic. Yeah, through an amp. It was a cool sound.
Yeah, it fits the rock thing more. It keeps it folk. Yeah, it keeps it, there's the indie Americana vibe, but it really helps bring that punk emo feel to it. And it lights up the band I'm playing with, luckily.
Yeah.
I did not, I don't know why. I guess I need to talk to myself more with more affirmative positive shit in the mirror. But like, so the band's like multiple times at our last rehearsal, like, dude, by the way, I really like these songs. Like, these are really good songs.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa. Okay, thanks. Like, it's
Yeah.
it's weird to hear. It's hard to hear for some reason.
That's funny. I'm
But
doing
that's
this.
so inspiring. Like, you actually like them?
Yeah.
And they
yeah.
create, and Cole Kenning was like, what is it? Birds and Arrows or whatever, the Rush album.
I don't know, dude.
There's a Rush
Fucking
album.
Rush album.
Something Arrows.
2112. That's a Rush album. Moving Pictures.
And they kind of compared it to that and Coheed and Cambria. I was like, I love both of those.
Oh, really? 'Cause I've never heard Coheed and Cambria. But
I was
it's only
really into
because
them in
I don't like the font.
2002, 3. Oh, word?
Some bands I just won't listen to because I hate their font. Is that weird to say?
Not weird.
But maybe just odd.
I don't have a butt. I'm just kidding.
Not weird. Hey, man, let me ask you a question. What do you remember your first like musical experience where when you connected with music and you were like in this new, like all of a sudden, do you remember that experience or were you too young or do you remember that?
Yeah, my first experience ever was when we moved from Chicago to Austin around 93.
Okay.
And I was in like 3rd grade, 4th grade, something like that. And I was really out of place. I just kind of hated everything, to be honest. And we had recorder class. Everybody played the recorder. And I would just have these recurring dreams of kicking open the door with a red electric guitar and just freaking shredding in front of everybody. And everybody, oh my God.
But the question I'm asking was, what were you shredding to? Like, what was the song? What was the first
that was
song
just,
that you
I don't know.
connected with where you were like, oh man, this is how I feel, or this is how I want to feel, or this is my jam, or
Yeah. So that would be this band called Thursday, Understanding in a Car Crash. I heard this song in high school, and right when I heard that, I went to go buy another CD, and I heard it playing, and I was like, "What is this?" And they're like, "Thursday on Full Collapse, an album." And I bought it, and I listened to it nonstop with the windows down. I drove straight to my friend's house, and in that moment, because I was going to Westlake, in that moment, for some reason, with that record, I was like, "Holy shit, I get it. Fuck this place. It's a fucking bubble. There's a whole other world out there. Fuck yes, rock and roll. I fucking love this. This is what I want to do with my life."
What was, you mean the bubble of like suburbia? Because you went to like Westlake and stuff,
Yeah.
right? So you were kind of like a quote unquote rich kid and living in like a bubble.
Well, yeah, it was a huge bubble. It was a bubble of things that are just more materialistic than I choose to live.
Right.
It's definitely just nothing against them, but no, it's just my path, my train tracks led a different way.
Was it kind of like the sound of freedom to you? Is that what it was?
Yes,
like,
it felt
the
like the
windows
sound
are
of
down,
freedom.
you're driving fast,
Exactly,
there's wind
yeah.
blowing. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm fucking out of here.
And I've had other moments, I'm sure, but that was that one.
That was the first
that
one.
one of like, oh, I can get the fuck out of this town.
Yeah.
And music, I love it. It's just in my DNA. That's when I was like, yeah.
Yeah. So you grew up. Are your parents? I had dinner with them for your birthday, and you.
That was fun.
Nice people, man.
Yeah.
What was that place that we ate at? That's Asian place. No, I'm good.
Sweet Chive.
Sweet Chive on Cesar Chavez.
On Cesar Chavez. Good shout out. Yeah, they're actually amazing family friends of ours.
Yeah,
Sweet Chive is a good place. And this guy, John, who does EDM tracks, I guest wrote and did vocals on 2 of their EDM tracks that'll come out at some point. I'll get to share. And he's going to run and set up a sound system there. So I'll be playing some gigs at Sweet Chive too, just to help him out and stuff.
That place is awesome. Yeah, we did get like the full, like, I feel like I
Yeah.
can't really go there without you and your family.
No.
It would be stupid. It would just be like going to a restaurant. But the food was fucking great.
It's very mafia. We sit down. They just
they
bring no
start bringing-
menu.
no one
They
says
just bring it
anything.
out.
Yeah.
Sit down, drink with us. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, did your parents ever worry
Oh,
about the
people
music?
from Westlake are good. There are
Yeah.
good
Oh,
people.
yeah. Of course.
I'm not, again, I wasn't talking shade. I'm just saying it's clear as day now. People see, I think a lot of people are starting to see the world. Anyway.
There can be a socioeconomic difference in
Yeah.
the world, and and it does.
Like I went
if you're
to Westlake,
inside
but I
of
would
it.
train at Reagan High School. and with the football coach trained our AAU basketball team. So I'd go to Compton, Watts, South Central with this team and be like a band.
What do you mean?
Every
That's
summer.
a different place. You'd go to California and do that?
Oh yeah, and see a whole new world.
Wait,
and then come
what were
back
you
to
training?
Westlake. Basketball. I was a basketball player. AAU basketball in Austin. We were the Texas Blazers. Yeah, and my brother and I were on a team. We were the only 2 white kids, and it was a family and a
Are
band.
you good at
and
basketball? We never played.
I was, yeah.
I don't ever play basketball.
I could ball.
I had a basketball. My uncle.
I can Jewish
Chuck-
white boy ball.
My uncle.
It's a thing.
Did your parents ever give you that book, Great Jews in Sports? No. I remember my friend.
I think I know what you're
my
talking
friend
about.
Richard's parents gave it to him. I remember seeing it. I was a kid. I don't know why I think it's so funny. It's just funny. Like,
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm
Those were
Cuban,
running-
so I do have like a couple of like very important Cubans. And like, if you ever like hang out with a Cuban, like, but whatever you're doing, like, oh, you know, like the guy that first gave sugarcane to the guy that invented Coca-Cola was a Cuban. There's always like Cuban involvement in every,
wow.
you know what I mean? When you're talking to like an old Cuban, anything, you know, the ukulele, that was invented in Cuba.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
It was actually initially a coconut shell.
I did not know that.
No, it's not, but that's
No,
what
but
they
that
do.
thing, I didn't know that.
So, hey, dude, I know this thing is all over the place, and obviously Scott and I are a little. Hey, it's Sunday.
Yeah, and we're
just-
homies. So
and
you
we're
get it.
homies.
I have
So,
music. He
yeah.
has a podcast. We're just talking.
We did
Hang
all
out
the
with us.
important work promoting the. You can go listen to it now. Be all right, and go watch it. Get off my back.
Be All Right's out. There's a video. I'm probably playing somewhere.
So,
Just spark one up if you do. Listen to this.
so you went to Reagan
To
train.
train.
To train and
So
to do
it was just an
basketball.
earlier time in my life when I saw 2 complete different
Yeah.
economic places, racial places,
Sure.
and just class differences, all kinds of shit. And so it really opened my eyes. And then again, going to California and eating at like soul food shops, and our coach made us all sleep with a different teammate every single night and really get to know each other. And I just saw such different cultural things that it really opened my eyes and helped set the path, though, to
Right.
music and everything I'm on now.
Knowing you as a person, that's you're very aware and vocal about what you think are social injustices. You don't have a problem raising your hand and saying that's fucked up.
Right.
Like I know that about you as a person, which is a great thing. You care about the world.
Yeah, I've found...
Or at least
just
you
from
act
like
like
a
you do.
humble standpoint, but I don't know. I've just
I'm
found...
just fucking with you.
Oh, you skunk of a witch. Well, I just found I know all the answers. They just kind of came to me.
Shut up. You know what I just found out about Reagan High School? Huh? Do you guys have a second? If you're listening to this podcast, I'm sorry if this
Also, shout out to Black Child. She went to Reagan and grew up here.
Yeah.
Black Child, local Austin legend rapper from Minds of a Different Kind. I just got invited to their studio recently to vibe and do a little vibe check and might sing on some of their tracks.
Really?
Yeah, that Kid Jones song I put out
I love that.
worked. I wrote a song with Bushwick Bill a long time ago when my band Southbound Drive was together in 2012.
That's pretty huge.
It didn't come out.
He passed away, right?
He did, yeah. He
Poor
passed
guy.
away. Never came out. So I took the hook and did a song with Kid Jones, and then Black Child heard it and was like, "Yo, come by the studio. Let's see what's up." And so I think I'm going to be able to start singing on some tracks, which is the goal. Like that's what I want to do with my career is do my stuff and
Yeah.
then be a collab vocalist for
Yeah.
hip hop, rap, and that's it.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the story I have about Reagan High School. It's a little long, but it's also a little self-serving, and it also is like a little like, oh, I was on a television show the other day. But I was on this television show the other day. Do you know what Access TV is?
I've heard of it.
Okay, me too. I don't have that cable, so I don't know what's going on. But apparently it's like a new music channel. Sammy Hagar has a show. They have like concerts and shit behind the scenes. Einar said he's been on it with some Kelly Clarkson stuff.
Oh,
And
okay.
so
Yeah.
they have shows, and one of their shows is like
AXS.
AXS.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know it.
You
I
know what I'm
watch
talking
it.
about? Okay, so they have Music's Greatest Mysteries. It's
Yeah?
a show. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So they research a couple of different subjects per show. And so it's a talking head show. So they have guys on there, like different people saying different things about the mystery, right? And I got Trish from Skyrocket recommended me for this thing, and they had me in. And so I went in there and I talked about a bunch of different stuff. Huey Lewis and the News versus Ray Parker Jr. for Ghostbusters. Who invented the moonwalk for real? Was it Michael or wasn't it?
I believe he was taught.
Of course, man. That's a mime thing. That was my thing. Was like, go back and watch any Marcel Marceau thing from like even the 70s. They all do it.
I actually know. I don't remember the name, so it sucks that I'm saying this, but I know who taught Michael Jackson the moonwalk because he was on the Wendy
Bobby
Williams
Brown.
show, and he said it. Bobby, yeah.
It was
You're right.
I just did the show.
Oh.
Anyway, not to be a dick, but there was also, I know there had to have been dudes on Soul Train doing it because there was a lot of robot shit and there was robot movement. And I'm sure someone did a smooth walking. Anyway, whatever.
He just made it big.
So the one of the things that I talked about was the song "Who Let the Dogs Out" and who was the original author of this song. So there's like a documentary by Vice on YouTube about it that you can. It's really worth watching. It's fucking fascinating. But the song that we know, the "Who Let the Dogs Out," was a cover from a dude who wrote a feminist anthem that became a huge hit in the Caribbean called "Doggy." And it was the same, who let the dogs out? Woo, 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 let the dogs out. Woo. But check this out. So in researching the history of who actually wrote that song, it turned out like in the mid 90s, there were these two DJs in Buffalo at this radio station. And their thing when they came on was, who let the dogs out? Woo, 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 who let the dogs out? And I'm saying that over and over because it's the same rhythm and everything. It's the same hook.
Right. So who created it originally?
Hold on. Check this out. It keeps going. So then, like in the early 90s, there were these two kids in Miami that did a record, and that was the hook on it. Who let the dogs out? Woo, 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 woo. But then they did some deep searching, and they found on a VHS tape from Reagan High School in Austin, Texas in 1986, when the basketball team would come out. Who let the dogs out? Woo, 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 woo. Who let the dogs out? Woo. It's from Reagan, bro.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that insane? Hopefully you guys are as high as we are because that's fascinating, right?
That's so fascinating. Someone from Austin. Yeah, no, that's...
Not only that, but a school where you trained.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but obviously like a decade or so before, right? Or way before.
Yeah. Yeah, I was born in 85. That came out in 86.
Yeah, so wait, yeah.
But like that's fun. That's so what a
Isn't
small
that
world.
wild?
Small
yeah,
world.
Same exact hook.
That's
everywhere.
something that would go all the way to the Caribbean and then become a hit. It came from most likely Reagan.
Do you remember the first record you bought with your own money?
I think it was a Wu-Tang Clan double disc.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure it was. Yeah, I remember it was yellow. The Wu-Tang. I forgot what it's called. Wu-Tang Forever. Double disc. That Dookie, Rage Against the Machine, Evil Empire were my first like three that I bought.
Were you like
from my
watching
parents 'cause they
MTV at the
were,
time? Was that the jam for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was into MTV, I think a little later now that I think about it. Because
where were you finding this music? Were other kids?
yes. Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of the hip hop, I guess I just kind of found on my own until, yeah, I found a lot of it on my own. And then MTV, because then I remember like Eminem was doing stuff and music videos. So yes, definitely MTV, definitely from other people as well. Because I still listen to stuff like Lit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just heard them the other day. I forgot that song was that band in it. I am my own worst enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I could, if I wanted to show
Sandy.
myself to the world, I
Yeah.
still have all my old CD booklets. I think that go that far back.
You
so
have that vibe is in your jams.
Like the Lit kind of.
Yeah, like that guitar line. You do a jam that has that record. Just like my song, It's like the
I love
cousin.
that
It's
song.
like the cousin of Penny Lane. In Penny Lane, there is a barber shop.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
talking
like
about?
you were
Yeah,
influenced. Okay, yeah, and I was influenced by a lot of that, straight up.
Child of that song.
It's amazing now to come this far and actually finally look back and see the direct influences. when it gets a little cloudy sometimes. I feel like what it did for me, because I was influenced by so many different things, but it's really not that cloudy. It's very simple. I could track it all the way up to the times then when I really made the leap into music, and I was listening to the country punk transition, where a bunch of punk bands started having the front guys just do solo acoustic stuff, and it was kind of folky, the Revival Fest at Fun, and Lucero, and Manchester Orchestra, Block Party was a big influence, all that.
You ever listen to that Frank Turner guy?
I know the name.
He's
very
from that
well.
world, but he's British guy.
Yeah, I know the name, but
anyway,
it was one of those, you know, how we have bands and names that we hear and we always mean to check out. Somehow it just doesn't happen.
Right.
But
I think before I met you, I interviewed him. He played at Emo's, and I went to his in-store and shit. Talked to a bunch of his fans that were hanging out. That's when I realized that, because I had that thing with John Doe where it's that same thing where these guys were punk guys, and then they whip out an acoustic guitar and get like folky, but it still has the same ethos and intensity to it. It's just quieter.
Exactly.
It's not as fucking amplified.
The way to explain it is when I was at that show in 2000 whatever, the Fun Fest, really old one, dusty, dirty, and they put up the
remember that?
Revival tent and the acoustic thing. There was just a sea of grown, mostly white tattooed men in sleeveless shirts crying. Yeah. I remember looking over, and my friend Aaron, who's just a little tough guy, was just like, I'm not crying, man.
Are you scared your tattoos are going to be all blurry when you get old?
No.
Okay.
I'm not scared of anything.
Then what? Then there's no problem.
Yeah. When I got these sweet tatties on my body, Johnny, I said to myself, you're going to be one sexy old man.
Are you still?
I have no reason to stop. I mean, I'm not gonna go into credit card debt, and it does hurt a lot.
No. But I mean,
I'll.
You're gonna run out of skin.
That's what we call a bodysuit.
Bodysuit. Is that what you're doing?
That's what my original plan was to do a bodysuit, quilt up my arms and legs, like old Americana style quilt, meaning like I have all these different random pieces slapped on, and then my back, do a giant full back piece down my butt around my legs.
Those are pretty hot. I had a girlfriend that had that. Remember that climbing girl? Jenna, the blonde girl?
Oh, yeah.
She's nice.
Yeah, very.
She had one of those tattoos.
I didn't know that.
Pretty hot.
That's dope. Yeah.
She's pretty tattooed. So was that last one I went out with. My grandmother has a problem with the tattoos, and she was telling me like, but I don't have a thing for tattoos. Just these women happen to have them, but I'm not like turned off by them.
Right.
But that back one was pretty hot. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, back tattoos, like thick, heavy, full back tattoos, and all that.
Pretty full.
They're pretty, pretty sexy.
Yeah.
Pretty hard.
I had a thing I was gonna ask you. All right, first okay. What about your first band? What was that all about?
Ooh, Mirrors Hurt the Most.
What a great name, dude.
Yeah, it was Killing Devin is Killing Me. Then it was Killing Devin. And then when we actually got serious, it was called Mirrors Hurt the Most.
Right.
Our lead singer came up with the name. And we all at that moment, we turned to him and we were like, dude, are you okay? Like, we know you're sad. And then you just come in with the name Mirrors Hurt the Most.
Unbelievable.
He ended up being okay. But, yeah, the lead screamer, not singer. MHTM, Mirrors Hurt the Most. We'd play it practice in my parents' garage. I was on guitar because they were all famous skateboarders and BMX riders in high school. They were the skater crew. And that's when I had the Thursday moment. I broke away into my own world and just went down this path of music and culture and style that led me to the skater crowd. I remember this dude, Devin, my best friend. Then he was like, we listen to the same music. Let's hang out. So I bought some Dickies, got some skater shoes, and I fit right in. And I couldn't skate. And I didn't want to get hurt. So I was like, well, I play guitar. Let's start a band. And so we did. The skater band was Mirrors Hurt the Most.
And what kind of music? Were you playing covers or were you writing songs?
Ooh, I was writing songs. I'm still waiting to bring one of them to life. I am going to put on a record the very first song I ever wrote. at some point. It doesn't have a name or lyrics, but I have all the guitar parts.
Are you gonna write lyrics? Well,
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna turn it into a
you guys an
song.
instrumental band?
No, we had a lead screamer. It was metal. It was hardcore. So like
still
we
talk
covered
to those
anybody out
dudes?
there that knows the cover song we did was Nerdy by Poison the Well.
I have no idea who that is or what that song is. Let me ask you another question. Where did you play? Did you play any
No,
places?
we didn't play.
You didn't play any places?
No, we played in my parents' garage, and then we're going to start playing with other people, and then we broke up.
When you first played a show somewhere, was it here?
No, the first show I ever played that was a legitimate original. So this is the moment that I tell people that I lived my dream. This was when I had just dropped out of grad school because I had graduated from rehab, outpatient rehab, and realized that grad school wasn't for me. And I went into the world and wanted to pursue music. The first
But
show
you
I
hadn't
ever
played a show at a place?
I hadn't played a show yet at
How
a
old were
place. 20-something.
Okay.
Yeah, it was at Curtain Club in Dallas.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, 3 songs with Amy Lovett, a folk singer, opening for this band Exit 380, and they had a massive crowd. It was a legitimate big show, and we played our 3 songs, and I kind of flubbed, not really, but in that moment, I was like, holy shit, I lived my dream. This is it. I'm doing it. Like, everything here now is just a plus and a benefit of hard work. Just work hard, stick with it, but I was like, I felt very grateful that I could live my dream early.
Yeah.
Like I could die now type shit.
What was their smaller room? Curtain Club and then
Liquid Lounge?
Liquid Lounge. Yeah, someone sent me a show last year with Jonas on guitar of Gowdy playing there like towards the end.
That's cool.
Towards the end of
Liquid?
the band. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Liquid Lounge, the
I used to do a
Cavern,
lot of
Curtain
solo
Club.
acoustic shows there.
Nice.
I like that. And I played Curtain Club a few times. And with Endosheen, I played there.
Yeah, then that was the circuit I did when I was starting out, because I was in Dallas. That's where I dropped out of grad school. I was at SMU. I did Solutions Outpatient Services, was the rehab, and then I was in Dallas, sober, clean, getting tattooed. I
hanging out in Deep
embedded
Ellum.
myself with the scene, the LGBTQ.
Who were the bands?
Plus the skaters, the tattooers. I worked at Urban Outfitters, so that whole funny scene. It was different back then. Urban was different. It was before the scene kids came around. Man, I'll tell you, back in the day, Urban Outfitters was different, man. It was different time.
I go to Urban Outfitters like
Still sucked.
at least every 6 months to check it out, to see like what's happening, because that's where I realized like, oh, vinyl's on its way out and cassettes are on their way in.
CDs are coming back in,
Where's that happening?
according to Jonas Wilson of Mr. Pink Records. No, he knows his stuff.
No, I'm just laughing
He did some
because-
research, and apparently CDs are coming back. That's why you're going to be able to get a Scott Collins in the Burgundy EP CD or cassette or T-shirt or live
no
performance. No vinyl.
I'm telling you, it's on its way out, bro.
Vinyl?
I think so.
Maybe that's why CDs are coming back.
Go to Urban Outfitters. At one point,
Yeah, they
like
used to
2
have
years
tons of
ago,
vinyl.
they had a couple of rows of it. Now it's just one kiosk with like maybe 12 records, 6 on each side.
That is interesting.
And then they have boom boxes with cassette players that they're selling. No more record players.
Right.
No- you know what I'm saying?
Cassettes and
Like you
CDs.
see the thing came, it went. It's on its way out.
It'll come back.
I mean,
I do have a record player. I listen to the records you give me for my birthday. I have a tiny little record collection.
what did I give you this year?
You gave me the Jay-Z.
Oh,
Album.
yeah. Of course. Great record.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You gave me Television before.
Oh, yeah. Television.
got-
Great record.
It's a very small collection, but I like it.
That Black Album is great on vinyl, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
have it.
Yeah. I got a double. Shoot.
You know who?
NWA record.
You know who has a television vibe? The guitar player of Lady Fang,
Oh, Brett? Mudslide?
Brett, my man.
I love him.
Me too, man. It's good dude. I had him on the show recently.
Oh, yeah. We were just
Yeah.
talking about
I love,
that. Of
I
course.
love his. It's funny because when I was like, "Are you into television?" He's like, "No, I don't watch much." I was like, "No, man, the band." But it was funny that happened.
God. Sorry.
They're a cool band.
I thought that's what you meant, too.
Yeah.
You know who has a television vibe? Brett. And I was like, what do you mean? Like he should be on TV?
Yeah, like he seems
I
like a
don't-
doctor on
Because-
General Hospital.
Yeah.
Okay, so then your first gigs were in Dallas. What was your first gig in Austin at a place, and where?
Oh yeah, I think Headhunters, Momos.
Oh, Momos, yeah,
Yeah,
baby.
Momos and
Yeah, bring it back.
Headhunters. Yeah, no, and Shakespeare's down on 6th Street. There was like this little circuit that I did when I got back. Trophies. Yeah.
Trophies. You mean C-Boys now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old
that place was cool.
Trophies. Yeah. Jimmy Dreams, James Graves. He grew up here, but he's a guitar player.
Yeah.
I hit him up and I was like, "Hey man, dropped out of school. I'm into music now. What should I do?" And so he was like, "Dude, come to Austin, do open mic at Trophies, get in there, get some gigs, get into the scene." So I did, and got helped out at Trophies. They took me in. It was wonderful. Then I went to Momo's, and they took me in, which is wonderful.
Yeah,
Jack, who used to work there, gave me a job
baby.
because I was there so much that he was like, "Dude, do you need a job?" And I was still living in my car. So I was like, "Yeah, that'd be great."
Jack and me had a period where we looked a lot alike.
I can see that.
And yeah. And
if you just put on a suit and walked around with another guy in a suit and a beautiful girl, no one would know it wasn't
we used
you.
to hang out a lot together before we moved. And I've hung out with him in New York. I love that guy, man.
Yeah. Oh,
guy's
yeah. He was legendary.
Legendary.
He got on stage with me.
He did?
One time, yeah, because one time I at Momo's, one of my happy hour gigs, and then I would go down and play more on 6th Street and then come back and work. And I was playing a Hank Williams Lost Highway. I was announcing it, and he got up on stage. Just like, can I play and sing it with you? And I was like, what? And he goes, I haven't played and sung on stage in 30 years, whatever he said.
Yeah.
And then he did it, and it was
30
awesome.
years.
I know, but in a long time at that point.
Yeah.
And when he did it was a special moment.
Yeah.
I'm glad I can remember that. I was very whiskey drunk at that point in life.
Yeah. That place was a fun place, man. They let you do what you want. I had a show on Mondays, Oddville, and it was me and my friends Kyle Allred and Fred Jones. And it was like comedian, musician, and we get some weird person to host.
That's awesome.
Did we ever meet there at that scene? Because I was there
sure
a
I
lot.
saw you
like
around.
once, like I started this band Liars and Saints.
Yep.
And then I also had like a weekly solo gig there. This was early. This was like 2005 or something. It was only around for a year or so.
Oh no, I didn't. I wasn't
that
there
was a
until
long time ago.
2009. 4 years later, I was in the scene.
Yeah. So then I was playing there during that time, but also like doing a lot of stuff like when my mom's murder trial was going on.
Yeah.
I played it every night.
Played Momo's?
Yes.
Wow.
Like I just went and just played with friends. It was like total like fucking like, hey, you know this one song? Like, yeah, all right, let's do it. And it was awesome.
What
it was
an
awesome.
amazing
It was-
space to yeah.
Yeah, and you know, Paul, I mean, Paul's so cool.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Cosmic Coffee now.
Phenomenal.
That place is insane
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. They're not doing shows there now.
Oh, word.
It sucks. I was getting my group. We did a
I
tune
know.
there at one of my shows.
Yeah, I
You know
played
what
a
mean?
show,
Yeah.
played with you.
It's a great room, man.
Yeah.
I did some live podcasts there, 2 of them. Want to do more?
Yeah, I don't know what went down with that, but you know, obviously it's just packed all the time. Well,
Yeah, they
no,
don't
there's
really
a lot of
need
times it's
music.
chill.
You
No,
know what I-
no way. No.
And it would kind of almost kill the vibe of like how chill it is.
And I
which is
know-
a drag to say, but it's true.
I would guess they do events of some kind because I was actually there yesterday with Reggie, my dog, and I noticed they put up these barriers and people started coming in with like badges and boxes of what was clearly
Whoa.
t-shirts. So they were doing something. I don't know if it was a show or just a meeting.
Right.
But
They're opening a new one over on the east side.
oh, word.
Oh yeah. Anybody
live
listening
south.
to this in like Finland right now is like, what? Oh, the fuck do I care? But there's a great scene
The
here in
east side
Austin.
of
We were just
America?
talking about the old times and Momos and like, what was the name of your band? Murder in the Mirror? No, Terrible Feelings When You Look at Yourself.
Partner in the mirror. Oh my god. No, it was my first band was Mirrors Hurt the Most. and then
Such a great day.
I know, MHTM reunion tour. So my first band was Mirrors Hurt the Most. Then when I started playing music, I developed the stage name Colin Rose. because Colin is my middle name, and I was dating a girl named Mandy Rose, and I thought she had a cool last name. So I started playing in Austin as Colin Rose. So there's a sticker. It's not there, obviously, but it was there forever at trophies they cut out a newspaper clipping and they taped it on the thing with all the stickers that said Colin Rose because they thought it was so funny. And I changed it after that. But
would you ever change, if you got married, would you change your name to the lady's name?
I don't even know what my name is anymore. I gotta figure out I go with so many different names now that it's like we gotta suss that out first. But well, yeah. So my full name is Scott Colin Gardner. Would I take a lady's name? I'm so
as a
open.
last
I
name,
wouldn't
like-
want to if
you
my
did
parents were
professionally.
alive or something. I don't know. I wouldn't want to break my parents' heart. But also I'm an open person and I
Right,
love discussion. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never thought about it.
I know a dude that did that. He took the lady's name.
That's awesome. I understand I'm sure there's circumstances and
yeah.
all kinds of things. I back it. I just don't know if I could.
See that dude up there, my grandpa?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if I told that dude that I was taking a lady's name?
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, he would kick me in the nuts, man. And I'm not saying I have no judgment on it, but I'm scared of old Cuban people coming after me for being weird. All right, so
I would have just gotten a Jewish talking to.
your parents don't.
No,
have that.
yeah, I'm thinking of my dad's dad.
We got there early to that dinner, and we got your mom telling stories about you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I don't even know what stories she would tell.
They were cute, cute
Okay.
Scott stories
That's cool.
so far.
So far.
I can't remember any of them in specific. There was no
I can't remember.
and he
any.
lit his farts on fire. There was nothing like that. They're like, he used to cover himself in his own poop. Chase the dog.
I can't believe you just set his farts on fire.
Why is that?
Because
real?
I was not going to mention the entire time over here. It was told to stay in the inner circle that right as I was leaving for motivation, someone at the studio lit their fart on fire and said, "Go get him, kid." And it was glorious. And it was a giant fireball. And I'd never seen that
was a
before
real
in
thing?
my life.
I had a friend that did-
real
used to do it.
and it's just funny that you said it because the whole way here it's like, don't talk about him farting her lying there, his fart on fire.
I had this friend that was in a fraternity and at A&M, and when my band would go there and play, I would just go stay with him at the frat house or whatever. They'd have an after party for my band. So weird. But anyway, yeah,
sure those
we were
paid
guys
well,
that if we weren't the guys in the band that were coming back to the party and it was like a cool scene, they would have beat the shit out of us. It was like that kind of vibe, except
Yeah.
for my friend who was cool, for a frat guy.
I get it.
So when I first went there, I sat in this chair and they're like, "Oh, you can't sit in that chair." And there were like lighters and matches and shit everywhere. And they're like, "That's the fart chair." And I was like, "Ew, gross." I'm just to move over. And like, sure enough, like 20 minutes later, this dude just like runs over, and, like jumps in the chair and lifts his legs up and lights his huge fireball. And it was, I'm not going to lie, I mean, it was a stupid fraternity thing, but I thought it was fucking hilarious.
That
I still
is
remember it. I
hilarious.
mean, that was like fucking.
If you have to pass gas, you have to do it in that chair and light it on fire.
It was a whole scene. There were like lighters
Guys
and matches.
sprinting to
Yeah.
it. To
Yes.
I gotta
Yeah,
make
like,
it on
shit,
time.
I gotta fart, man. I gotta hold it till I get to the thing.
It's like
Yeah.
upstairs playing Halo, and it's like no.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. There's really nothing else we can talk about after that. That was so great.
Yeah. Oh
But at least
yeah.
I know it's still happening. Hey, look at my dog, how calm she is now. She's just asleep.
Oh God, that's adorable.
The humping the bed thing, though, that's weird, right?
No, they have that in them. Like Reggie, like I said, Reggie, he's neutered, but the other day, Agnes, Frenchie's dog.
Yeah.
He loves Agnes, older dog, and she was just off kind of catty corner to him, not near him, and he just started doing some pumps.
Yeah, yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, "Oh, buddy, like
yeah.
you're missing.
Yeah,
you're just
yeah.
pumping
Yeah,
into
he
the
doesn't know what's
air."
going on. Yeah.
Just gotta, yeah. So every now and then, a dog of any sex that just needs to get their pumps in.
Yeah, I told you we've been at my grandma's a lot for the last month, right?
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of dogs there. My Rosie got this bed and started doing that. My grandmother's like, "No, Rosie!" And then she's like, "That's your dog. She's perverted just like you."
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my God. She thought it was like, oh, it's your influence.
Yeah. Hey, gang, click on the link in the text in this podcast if you haven't already. Go listen to Scott Collins' new song, Be All Right. Watch the video. Great song, great new band. We'll be playing around. You got more singles coming out. Something's happening in August.
Oh yeah, I've got a whole EP coming out. First single July 1st, the rest after that. New band, working with a label for the first time, Mr. Pink Records, so you can look for cassettes, CDs, and merch there. And on their Bandcamp, and everything is everything. It's awesome.
You know what you should get is a guy, you know how like when you go see Parliament, there's the guy in the diaper that goes around with the signs?
Yeah.
You should get a guy that lights his farts on fire in a special chair, like almost like pyrotechnics, like Kiss, but like a fart.
Do-do-do-do-do.
That would be amazing.
It would be a thing.
Yeah. Do you know Casey McPherson? He had that band Alpha Rep. Yeah. When we were in Indochine together, he was, it's okay for me to say this because we actually talked about it on the show. But I thought my head was going to catch on fire in San Antonio one night because he would do this thing where he would get this really high grain rum, like high alcohol, concentrated
totally.
thing, and do a Gene Simmons, but nobody told me. And so I'm sitting there just playing guitar and this fucking fireball goes around me. I went through the fireball.
Jesus.
Yeah. And I was pissed.
I can't believe it.
And then he did it again. In the next, that's how drunk he was. He was like, oh, watch Johnny.
Wow.
Yeah. Those guys are reuniting Wednesday.
Word?
Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Wow.
gonna
They're
play
not
with
only
them.
reuniting, but that quick.
No, they're just doing this one show. Me and Einar
Wednesday
are playing.
in June, everybody.
Wednesday in June, yeah. Yeah, not the Wednesday that's coming up. Anyway, it's my friend Zach Loy's birthday.
Oh.
Yeah. Scott Collins, this has been great having you on. It's great catching up. This has been a nice, loose conversation with hilarity. My dog humped the bed. We talked about lighting farts on fire.
Yeah. We covered all bases.
Yeah.
If we missed any, just write to both of us. No. I make music. You have a podcast. We're best friends.
I make music too, dude.
You write music. Is that what you said?
I make music too.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just in the moment.
I'm all mad.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Watch Johnny on Access TV, AXS. Watch
I don't
Scott
know when
Collins
that. I think it comes
on
out
TV.
in August or sometime later.
So at this point, we're pretty close.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
God, it's already 4th of July, man. What'd you guys do for 4th of July? Nothing?
What am I going to do for 4th of July? Man, I don't know. I can't predict the future, but I'm thinking I'm going to try to get Reggie in water or hopefully gig or something.
Yeah.
Reggie's my dog.
Reggie's your dog. We should take the dogs to Turkey Creek
Okay.
but you got to get up early, man, to do that.
Someone actually sent me a picture in a place with the location. I need to look it up. That's perfect for dogs. Apparently not a lot of people know about it.
Let's do it. Don't
Water
say it. Don't
access.
say it. Yeah. That's what
I can't remember it. I got to look through my texts.
Look through your text. Let's take the dogs. Hey, guys, thanks so much for listening to the show. Scott Collins, I love you. Find him at scottcollinsproject.com. New song, Be All Right, available right now wherever it is you stream and download jams or watch videos or whatever.
And Johnny plays music too.
I love you, man.
Love you too, dude.
Be free. Let everything fall as it may.
That was my man, Scott Collins. Check out his single and video, Be All Right, available wherever it is you stream and listen to music or watch videos. ScottCollinsProject.com is where you can find him. It's on Mr. Pink Records, owned by my dear friend Jonas Wilson. Check it out. Great stuff. He's got more music coming down the pike. It's all coming down. I'd like to thank Scott for coming by. I hope you enjoyed our little stony Sunday afternoon conversation because it really was fun to have. Hey, gang, don't forget when you're out there checking out ScottCollinsProject.com, get involved with the podcast. Follow us wherever it is you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Overcast, Stitcher, anywhere. New shows every Tuesday and every Friday, except for, of course, this week when we have 3 shows, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Don't forget to tune in Wednesday. We'll be talking to the great hip-hop, soul, alternative rock artist, Jake Lloyd. And this is my friend Scott Collins' song, Be All Right. Get out there and check it out, ScottCollinsProject.com. Have a great week, whatever it is you're doing. Don't get too celebrated with 4th of July. Remember, America's grounded. Let's get down.